Good day, folks. This is Greg Jitty at Green Pastures Farm. This is the second step. We actually brought the rock in. We got 6 to 8 inch rock up there for a base, and then we got the 2 inch for the finish rock. So Johnny's fixed all this up around here. This is all, I don't know, Ben and Isaac was talking earlier, there must have been 2,000 or 3,000 trees all the way around here. And Johnny absolutely made it look like a park. We can grow grass in here now. This is gonna be so awesome. We've got a really good soil underneath here. Soil is actually pretty good shape. And we're gonna get the seed on here. What he's doing right there is he's working his way toward the pond. He's gonna get me down about, 1.5 to 2 feet for the first 8 to 9 feet approach into that pond. And then once he gets it pretty level, there's gonna be a slight grade, not much. He's gonna reach out there in that pond with that scoop and get that mud and the water, actually let that water kind of work its way back toward this ramp here. And then he's gonna start dumping that 6 to 8 inch rock in up there in the bottom of this trench. Well, I'm telling you what, that is one tool. Woo! Look at that. Can you imagine trying to do that with a spade and a shovel? How long would it take you to do that? He's got a pretty good pile of dirt here already. He's only been on this thing 5 minutes. All this clay, we're gonna build a berm up there where that rock pile is, all the way around this ramp. So as the rainwater comes busting down this hill right here toward the pond, that berm is going to keep the water out of our skirt. We don't want a bunch of rainwater coming down into that skirt and getting the erosion in there. So we're gonna, and this is going to be a very, very heavy traffic area for animals. And you got 370 cows drinking out of that. It's gonna get some impact on it. And that's why we're using the big stuff as our base. We looked at it, we were gonna put down geotextile, but that rock is so big and we're on good clay right there. We're just gonna go ahead and put the rock in about 2 foot deep. That is our textile. That's gonna be our base. There's really no way, once he cuts that and that water comes in there, it's going to be tough to get textile down on that. Ideally, Ben and Isaac and I were talking earlier, if you're going to do something like this, the time to do it would have been when you built the pond, before it ever filled up. You could have ran that thing clear out there. But you know what? We can't do that. We're not going to drain the pond. We need this water. This is a beautiful pond. And you know what's nuts about this pond? Look at this. This is the spillway right there. The spillway, the water is only down about 6 inches from the edge of the spillway. And this pond's got a seep in it on the very back of it, so it's seeping just a little bit all the time. Not a fast seep, but it's a seep. Right down there in the bottom of that draw, you can go down and look and there's water. So there's gotta be something feeding this. I just said the other day we don't have springs. Well, maybe we do. There's got to be something keeping that pond full. Look at that. It's right there on the edge. And right there is where it goes out when it fills up. So it looks to me like it only take about a 2 inch rain and that pond's going to be coming over the top of that spillway. But you notice Junior Carter, which is Johnny's uncle or cousin. Let's see, Junior's brother and Johnny's dad were brothers. So it'd be uncle. Yeah, Uncle Junior. He built this pond. And look how he did that spillway. Very gradual. There's no erosion. None. And this has been in for around 20 years. There's just no erosion. Now, if you take a spillway like that, bring it over and just dump it on a grade like that, going down that hill, you're going to have trouble. It's going to wash out. It's going to start cutting in that bank, And it's gonna cut all the way back to the pond. And now you've got a ruined dam. Once you get a cut started on steep ground like that, it's almost impossible to get it stopped. I'm telling you what now, he's making a hole over there. I'm gonna go around and get on the other side where I can see better and stay out of this man's way. Man, is he's so good on that thing. I mean, look at that darn dirt. I mean, he's only been on that thing about 10 minutes now. He's got a dump truck load of dirt. So this is a 2.5. See, there's 12 tons in each one of these piles. So I had him dump half a load on another pond, drove over here, he put the other half right here. So we're going to be able to do 2 of these skirt areas with just that 2 loads of rock. Man, look at that. I don't know how he does it. I'm going to tell you what now. There's going to be a serious foundation. Look at that. There's going to be a serious foundation. I mean, we're talking 3 feet right there. 2.5. That's all going to be 2.5 to 3 inch rock. So right there where his skid steer is starting to go down, the rock's going to come back flush right there. We're going to have a heck of a pile of rock right here. He's a little bit scared to reach into that pond yet. I think he wants to get some rock in there first so that when it does start seeping in there, he's got some rock to drive on. That could get pretty slick when that pond comes in. The rock is actually going to extend clear out there to the edge of that vegetation right there. That's sticking out of the water right there. Tell you what, he's like a surgeon. He's like a surgeon on that thing. That is one powerful skid steer. Just amazing to me how quickly he can move dirt, how quickly he can dig up stumps or young, small trees that you need to be removed. That tool there can do it. Okay, here goes. And did he get a load of that? Woo! Man. Johnny didn't get cheated on that load. That is a lot of weight, folks. My gosh, look at that. My goodness. I mean, some of those rocks are a foot. That one right there, that's a foot in diameter, some of them. Can you imagine having to shovel those up? Whoa. Whoa, look at that. Man. I think that'll hold up a 1,000-pound cow. Yeah, I'd say we didn't need the geotextile if we get about 2 foot of that crunched in there. We'll have another 1.5 foot of clean rock to put on top of that. Man, oh man. That's going to make a heck of a nice base. Wow. If you're somebody that's kind of scared of tipping over and going backwards and stuff, running that thing is not the job for you. Johnny's at home with it, as you can tell. Boy, he's getting some rock in there now. Look at that. He's going to dump another load right here in this corner. Here he comes. There it goes. Whoa. Man, what a tool. What a tool. Look at that. Did you see him throw that rock? It's like he grabbed the hole with his hand and threw it in there. That's just crazy. Oh, here he comes another good load. He's going to get this built up and packed in there. Then he's going to cut that right there. All that mud and dirt's coming out of there. Now water's going to come in on top of that rock. Man, look at that. Wow. That's crazy. He's going uphill, dragging that rock, and that skid steer is not slipping a track. The sound of power. My goodness. He dropped one. He wanted to make sure he got it in there. There it goes. Let's go up here and see how much of that rock he's used. I'm curious. Oh yeah, shoot, he hadn't used half of it. Cool. We're gonna have plenty of rock, guys, ladies. Look at that. He's already got it a foot deep. Okay, now he's gonna cut it. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Look out. There he goes. Okay, now, so far I don't see any water coming out. Got to make a little room up there. So he's going to do it again. Oh, here he goes. He's trying to do it in steps. There he goes. He's going to stop right there. And I bet you he comes back over here next to me and gets that last little leg out of there. And then he'll go for it. We're going to see water coming into this skirt here in a minute. Dragging that down a little. Whoa. Okay, there he goes. Didn't quite cut yet. Woo, look at that black dirt. That's leaf. That's leaf litter for the last 20 years. See all that black stuff? That's leaf litter. Composted. There he goes. Getting a little bit more of that clay. Oh man, look at that. The old red stuff. I don't think Johnny's ever built one of these. You can't tell it by the way he's running this machine. He's going to get him some more rock. He's going to put some more rock on this newfound clay right there. And now he's going to have him a little bridge. He's building him a bridge. Look at that. And we talked about a big, big rock. Wow. There he goes. Oh, he's gonna bring some water in on this one. Ooh, he's definitely gonna bring some water in. Ooh. Ooh. Here it comes. Here comes the water. Into his rock. Wow. My goodness. Yikes. Be careful, Johnny. Ooh. My goodness. If he didn't have that rock to drive on, he'd be in a world of hurt. Man, oh man. Let's out some of that water. Yeah, you don't need that up there in that dirt. That's a good idea. Get the mud and stuff on the back side over there. There you go. Man, oh man, oh man. There he goes. Ooh! Man, I hope he doesn't get buried out there. Wow, look at the water come in. My goodness. This is going to be so cool. The cattle are not going to be able to destroy the pond. They're not going to be comfortable walking on the rock. They'll just be down, it'll support them on that fine rock enough to get them a drink and get out of here. You don't want cattle lounging in this area. We're going to put a finish rock on top of this big stuff. Damn. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He's got a lot of big rock left up there. Wow, look at that. So now what he's doing, he's taking that big rock, he's building a bridge out into that pond so he can get his depth. He's going to reach out there once he gets his bridge built, and he's going to take him, look at that. You can't just drive into a pond. You got to get you a bridge. Like I said, the really easy way to do this would be right when you build the pond. You don't want to put a pipe in the dam. You want to put a skirt access like this. Do it when the pond is dry before it fills up with water. Under this scenario, we didn't have that opportunity to do that. So that's why we're doing what we call limited skirt. So you'll see the rest of them. There's going to be a PVC pipe starting right over on that corner. And it's going to come out into that pond, back around, and over to my corner. So it's basically going to be forming a great big C. And on top of that PVC pipe is going to be a single strand of high tensile wire. Look at that. Man, I'm telling you, he can grab that stuff. There it goes. Big old bucket full of mud. Look at that. That'll let some water in. Yeah. Wow. So the PVC skirt will float up and down as the pond rises and falls. It's going to go out that way, back toward me, and over to the bank. And this whole pond is going to be fenced off, so the cows can't get into the pond. So they'll come over here, they'll walk into that skirt, they'll be standing in a little bit of water, but they're not going to be able to get physically out in the middle of the pond, just in the skirt area. They're not going to hang around this skirt very long. Yes, because it's not a beach. It's going to be, rock. You'll get him a drink and he'll get out of there. I saw a good friend of mine put one of these in years ago, and I was always impressed with the way it worked. I thought, that's not a bad way to do a pond. You don't have a pipe in it. Ooh, Johnny, be careful. It's like a big old elephant working in there. He's gonna have to go get some more of that big rock. He's still got probably 10, no, there's not 10 ton up there. I bet there's 6. Woo! Be careful, Johnny, don't fall off. Man. It's definitely stirring up some oxygen in the water. You're gonna have to use a scoop. That bank's getting slick. There he goes. I'd put some rock on that bank. But there you go. Get some dry dirt. There you go. But it is, those tracks got wet out in that water. Yep. And he's got that bank slick, backing up and down on it with wet tracks. Yeah, just like you put a little dry sand on it. We still got a long ways to go here, and my hands are getting cold. It's cold out here, and I've got to let my hands thaw. I'm gonna come back to this when we get the finishing rock on it. I'll show you what that looks like, and we'll see you all down the road. I'll show you the next step. We're putting in the skirt out on the pond. Show you how all that goes as well. So with that, I'm gonna sign off. You all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and that like, I appreciate it, and we're gonna see you all down the road. Have a good one.